Hello everyone and welcome to episode 177 of the Xbox Hall of Gamers podcast. I'm Matt and this week I'm joined by Kyo.
Hello.
And Cameron.
Hello everyone.
This week it's looking a little light out there. It's there's a few small controversies and a couple other things going on, but honestly not a huge amount. We are kind of in the quiet times, in that sort of period between, you know, the big game announcements and then August when Madden comes out and blows the conch shell and all the games decide that now's the time to release. But we got a community question this week. We've got a few bits of news. We've played a couple of games. These guys went on last week, so hopefully they'll have a few more things than I will. But let's get right into it. As always, we do the show live on Twitch. Xbox Hall of Gamers is the place to find us. Come say hi, hang out in the chat, shit post, the usual business. You know how it works. We like to interact with the chat as much as we can. So if you've got any questions or anything you want to comment on, we'll try and chime in with what you've been saying. But let's get into the community question. So from Red Ninja Dan, who's a new question asker extraordinaire now that Isaac has taken a step back. He says, new question for the next episode. I've been sitting on this one for a while. Amazon has come to you guys with a TV show / film based on a game. They provide all the funds you need to get the job done. What game, studio... Is it an animated film? Is it live action? Who's your cast? He would personally make Baldur's Gate 3 animated show with the studio that made Cyberpunk Edge Runners, so Studio Trigger, who are doing season 2. And for the cast, he'd bring back most of the voice actors to reprise their roles. So yeah, but he's keen to hear what we would think. Anything in particular? I mean, obviously we do Lights, Camera, and Action as our video game movie podcast, where we kind of look at that interesting cross section of society. Is there anything in particular that jumps out at you as like, hey, you know, I'd really like to see this, or this, I think this would be a great property to kind of jump on, or you know, with theoretically unlimited budget?
First thing that jumps to mind, and I'm basing this off the fact that Severance got 29 Emmy nominations.
Jesus.
It was something crazy. Yeah, Nikita was telling me this morning. I was like, oh, holy shit. The first thing that jumps to my mind is The Alters. Yeah,
actually, The Alters is a good shout. I mean, that's obviously a very narrative-heavy kind of game. The management style was just kind of there to make the game work. But yeah. That's an interesting one. I'd love to see
reasoning for it. My reasoning for it is you think of Severance having... Essentially, if you've seen season 1 and 2 of Severance, you understand the characters, the different personalities they have to act, and how difficult that would be to portray two different sides of a character. To have a actor that fits the bill and portrays the same character, or the same actor playing
11 different roles,
would just be really interesting to see. I think the only thing outside of Severance where it's been experimented with is that Netflix series of Paul Rudd that ran for one season.
Where he's like his clone with him or whatever. It's like that was an interesting show. I think the only thinking of other examples are Split, the M. Night Shyamalan thing with James McAvoy as like the split personality superpower guy in the same universe as Unbreakable and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think it'd be really interesting. I mean, that one, The Alters is almost already that though, right? Like it's so close to it in terms of like they got a real actor to do it. Like he did all the parts, and like he does a lot of like live action stuff as well. So yeah, I could definitely see it.
I mean, we definitely have a few games in the genre now that are more on the arts. Like I mean, the one that is currently being made that I'm really excited for is Alan Wake. I'm really interested to see what they do with that. But there is the artsy level of games out there like Alan Wake. I'd say The Alters kind of fits into that camp a little bit.
Sure. Interesting, surreal, sort of cerebral, interesting kind of... Yeah.
I mean, I'd watch a Control. Like, there's so much stuff that Remedy does.
I was going to say, FBC Firebreak would make a nice Monster of the Week.
Yeah, it'd be like an X-Files style show, but with real sarcastic, just real overt characters from the from the FBC. Yeah,
you think about that scene from Alien 3 where this guy's mopping like entrails up in a big fan, and then shit goes wrong, right?
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that. You could totally get it. So yeah, that'd be nice. That was
I'm
actually
trying
going to
to
be
think
my
of-
answer. So
Sorry.
mm,
I'm trying to think of answers that aren't like, like God of War or something like
yeah,
that.
your
Like,
big blockbusters that make
like
perfect
really
sense.
indie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jake Gyllenhaal was supposed to be doing The Division, and that's
Oh,
kind
that's
of gone
right.
over.
Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
Tom Clancy stuff almost
Well-
doesn't count, right? Because it's almost like
nearly.
yeah.
It's so much like cross media that it's not funny, really. So
There's like I've always been interested in the idea. Again, the reason we do lights, camera, and action is one because Cameron's never seen a movie before, but 2 because the idea of taking a video game thing, which is like such an interactive medium, and taking the choice and interactivity out of it and making it a much more directed experience, is a real interesting challenge. Because if you're just adapting the game, you kind of are just kind of doing, like some people will be like, oh, that's cool, but like not,
yeah, and then you get the Gran Turismo movie.
Yeah, which is also kind of like a weird, like not really a video game movie, sort of, maybe. I don't know. That's, based on a true story, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, the one I want
I've
to
got-
see... Sorry, yes?
I've got 2 answers, which is very much like fan service for me.
Sure.
Okay.
The one that I've always wanted to see in a movie, and I think they were started to experiment with at one point, was Metro.
Oh,
Like
yes,
the
Metro. Yeah, I mean,
series?
it's based on a book series, so it makes sense, just to kind of adapt it
Yep.
into a movie. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure... what's the officer's name? Dmitry... Rosanovsky?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
can't
right?
remember, to be honest.
Pretty sure he got arrested.
Oh, really?
So,
Jeez, all right. So that's
yeah, I
probably
don't
not
know
happening.
Well,
Um,
I don't know if he got arrested, but he was definitely, and I've mentioned it on the podcast too at some point. He was on the run for ages.
Christ. Okay.
They might
Yeah.
they might have finally got him. I don't know. So
So
Window.
there was that, and then the other one that comes to mind is Papers, Please.
Yeah, Papers, Please would be an interesting one. It's such a minimal game, but...
I'm sure there's like plenty of games out there that have a really satisfying gameplay loop, but not a whole lot of like
Yeah, it's all like world building. and
it has a
optimization.
narrative story, but there's a lot of world building that could be made out of that.
that could come very close to that Porn Stars TV show. So
I can give you 500
where you're in a
bucks for
pawn
it.
shop and you just get really weird things coming in, but you also get weird people and weird, things that they have on them. And
Kevin Smith did a version of that show, right? Comic Book Men, which was basically just the same thing, same idea as Porn Stars, but it was basically just in a comic store, and like people like bring in like cool collectibles and like rare comics in, and they would kind of like decide if they want to buy them or not.
yeah,
It was.
okay.
It was actually.
No,
It was actually wasn't that bad. Like it was. Again, it was a very like mid show, but like for reality television, it was actually pretty entertaining. Yeah, I've got a couple of answers. I mean, the most interesting one that I've heard about is that Expedition 33. They're making something based on that.
Yeah.
Which their game is so cinematic and interesting that I can 100% see it. But also the choice and the direction, and there's things in there that I'm like interesting what they'll pick. I think when you do an adaptation, you kind of have 2 choices. You either adapt the story that everyone already knows, or you do the Fallout thing and you adapt the world and you put a new story in it. Like, I think that's also why Cyberpunk Edge Runners did so well, right? Is that like Night City is such an interesting environment, but you didn't really need to retell V's story, partly because V makes a lot of decisions, and like retelling that story is going to piss some people off. So you might as well have a new story, but in that same universe.
We've had this discussion on LCA before, though, where it's very much a case of retelling the exact same story, or retell the exact same story, or tell a new story in the rules of that world. It's why Fallout works so well. It's why Borderlands doesn't, really.
Yeah. And so, like, I'm of 2 minds. Where I was like, I like to see both, because I'm always interested to see what an adaptation does to a piece of media. So, for example, like Metal Gear is always the one that comes to mind, where I'm like, something that I'd love to see some like real high-end prestige television tackle that in a way that still is really interesting and keeps some of the weirdness, but also maybe pulls back a little bit of the Kojima-ness of the ridiculousness of kind of how that shit works, and maybe kind of grounds it maybe just a little bit.
It'll be interesting when we get to Death Stranding, like how much that ends up being, I guess, his vision.
Yeah, I mean, apparently from Death Stranding 2, apparently like, it is like 100% what he really, really wanted. So, yeah. So
Okay.
Metal Gear is the first one that comes to mind for me. Of like, I would love to see like a proper movie adaptation of that, because I mean, again, those games are so close to being movies, and like Kojima in general was like, obsessed with cinematography, and he's big into movies as like he's a huge film buff. And so the fact that that kind of never went anywhere has always just been a huge shame. I'd like to see it live action too. I have no idea who I'd cast for it these days, but
He just needs to direct like a remake of Escape from LA or something.
it's Escape from New York, yeah, for sure.
New York.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
that
both,
one.
but Escape from LA is the.
I've never actually seen either.
So Escape from New York is excellent. Escape from LA is trash, unfortunately. As much as I love John Carpenter. Yeah, so that's the first one that comes to mind. As like
Well,
a,
since
I was
this-
going to say, did Markiplier end up doing that was it Iron Lung film?
Oh yeah, there was still. I think that's still happening. I haven't heard anything since. There's been so many projects that have been adapted that are like on the thing to be adapted. I have no idea if any of them are ever actually going to happen. But
well, since this question's come up, we've had Exit 8 come up as well.
that's true. That's something that I would not expect to be adapted, but it's popular. So,
which, funny enough, is now like guaranteed to increase sales by at least whatever the percentage I am.
Yeah, I'll buy the game
because I have. So
yeah. So it's already working. Yeah, I mean, the other answer is I just like to see them do a proper Halo. Like I'd take another shot at it and do a proper because especially like the original trilogy has such good world building in it, and like they've kind of done the thing of like Halo Legends and other bits and pieces. I'd like to see like a really good live action stab at it, to just like properly like gritty, like something that is something that Amazon can put an R rating on and can go, yeah, like this is like a boys level production, like something like, as opposed to the kind of what we kind of got from Paramount.
That's actually, funny enough, going back to the classics, I reckon a Wreck-It Ralph style Rare Replay. Like,
oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
really good.
That'd be really interesting.
Just a mashup of all of it. It'll be the only way, like Splinter Cell. Like it's the only way we'll get Perfect Dark back now. So.
Yeah, true. Yikes.
So I'm just looking at Wikipedia's list of in development video game adaptation, like movie or TV. There's 6 with announced dates. Do you want to take a stab at any IPs? What you reckon they are?
No, I've
Exit 8, we've already covered.
Yeah, Exit 8, yeah.
There's one that Nikita's extremely excited for because the trailer is apparently meant to drop at 11 o'clock tonight.
What is it?
Oh, really?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
What, you guys don't remember Nikita's favorite video game series?
I can't say I do remember, no.
So
Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 2.
Yes, that's right, too. Mortal Kombat 2. They were teasing the trailer for that, weren't they? With Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just going through the list quickly: Exit 8, Mortal Kombat 2, Five Nights at Freddy's 2,
Yeah.
Return to Silent Hill. There's an untitled Resident Evil film that's due
always
out next year.
There's always a Resident Evil.
They just keep
film,
trying.
sure.
They have not hit the mark on any of them.
Sonic 4 and
Sonic
Legend
4.
of Zelda, which just got its leads cast announcement yesterday.
Oh, did they really?
is-
Okay.
Yeah.
What has it been, like 15 years since that fan made
The
one that showed up
IGN
on IGN or something?
the IGN April Fool's Day one that they did that looked really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It actually did. So
The other 2 undated ones are Iron Lung and Watch Dogs.
Yeah. Right. And then apparently, we've got all of the we got a Split Fiction movie, and we got a It Takes Two movie in there somewhere, and just fucking who knows.
There's a Riders Republic movie.
Yeah,
There's
which
an
again,
Outlast movie.
what even is that? I don't know. It just feels like they're just kind of like buying up IP so they can maybe sit on them to see if one of them gets big enough to justify making a movie out of. But yeah, but I'd like.
watched Elden Ring. A Dredge.
Yeah, Dredge movie. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm always keen to see interesting adaptations. I'd also like to see a adaptation of BioShock in some way. I know that was like Gore Verbinski was supposed to be doing that after Pirates of the Caribbean back in the day, but that world is also infinitely you know, a cinematic in terms of like what you can do with it. Even if they kind of don't go down the infinite route, but if they just do like Bioshock 1 and 2 and just kind of the story of Rapture, there's so many rich stories that could be told there. Even if you do like a vignette style TV series where you do a different story every week for 10 episodes, I'd watch the fucking hell out of that. You know, just
Missed
like,
opportunity.
yeah, it's like, it's again, like I know there's a new Bioshock in the works and all that kind of stuff, but
Missed opportunity to not just ask, would you kindly?
well, that's fine. We'll just spoil the most important part of that game on the podcast, Cameron. Why not?
Listen.
Moving swiftly on.
The game has been out
Before there are more spoilers.
Yeah, before,
17 years.
yeah. Oh my god. All right. Well, let's.
All right.
But Dan, hopefully that answers your question. Thanks for. He's also in the chat, so thank you for jumping in and watching.
Yeah.
Let's get into the news, Cameron. What have we got?
So I got a lot of quick story. Well, not a lot. I've got 4 quick stories. So Game Pass Ultimate members can now stream their own games via Xbox PC app. New update rolling out to Xbox Insiders on PC lets Game Pass Ultimate members access the stream your own game library directly through the Xbox PC app.
I mean, good. Like this is something that Phil was talking about ages ago, right? I'm glad that it's finally happening. The streaming thing is kind of not. I mean, I get it. Like, it has to be streaming because they haven't figured out how to get non-Play Anywhere titles on PC. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably try and make use of this once it comes out of all that. I mean, I do have a large game library, and we were just talking about this last night. Playing the Division, we were talking about how it's the idea of like the ROG Ally in general, and like how that's all going to work, and as like a streaming device or playing PC games, because there's just so many things in our backlogs that are just not PC compatible. So you have to stream. It's the only option you get, which is kind of not ideal.
This kind of stuff too makes me wonder. Like maybe it's better. Maybe it would be better if we had like the PlayStation. What's the handheld device
Portal?
here?
PlayStation Portal.
Portal. That's it. Yeah.
Their one. Yeah, the Portal.
Like have something like that, which is essentially just a controller and a screen.
Yeah,
I don't see myself using this outside that much. It would
In
just
terms
be like
of-
laying in bed.
Apps, like they've already started testing it with the Retro Classics game and stuff like that, right? Like as an internal kind of like, so there's no other way to access it but to stream that. So you can install the game, but you can't play the games that way. So
Yeah.
So I don't know. And there is supposed to be a download option on the new Xbox Ally as well, though. So
Really? Okay, I'd be interested to see.
Yeah, but I don't know, like if it's like an instance, like a access key or something.
Okay.
Or something, but I'm pretty sure there is. So.
Okay. But yeah, I guess we'll kind of see. Are any of us in the insider program anymore? I didn't join it because too risky.
I opted out. There's too many issues.
It messed with my streams. Like you try to do anything on the Xbox Dash, and things were in funny letters and numbers, and I couldn't do anything with it, so I had to opt out. So
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Moving on to the next story then.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if you guys covered this last week, but the ROG Xbox Ally and Xbox Ally X may have had their prices leaked. And if they're accurate, boy, they're pricey.
Fucking expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are we looking at in Down Under?
Down Under, I don't have the amounts. I've only got the euros, which was 600 euros or 900 euros. Which 699 US or 1050 US. So the most expensive one would be
probably about 1700.
1600. 1620.
1620. Yeah.
That was 1650 or 1690. I'd say.
Whew. That's a lot for a handheld PC obviously is a very niche product, but
you know what? We're probably gonna, just because you're an Aussie tax as well, so I'm gonna say 1800.
Well, I was just gonna say none of those prices probably include tax on them already, so there's that as well. So yeah, 1700, 1750, $49.99.
That's not too different from what you would have expected. I would have expected a good 100 or two on top of what it already was, and they're already like 1,500 plus for the good ones, right? So
The regular, yeah. I mean, like handheld PC market is very much the niche market. There aren't that many of them out there. It's what, like a couple of million at most across the world for like the Steam
yeah,
Deck. I don't know. I'm not surprised by the price, but it is probably enough for me to take it out of like, oh, I might put that on my like my wish list for my birthday or whatever, or save up towards or something. Like it's definitely out of that like, man, this is like a significant purchase. I need to like budget for this thing if I want to get one and like really weigh up the pros and cons because yeah, I don't know. Like I travel a lot more for work now, but even then,
yeah.
It's,
Well,
it's very. Sorry, you go.
no, it's okay. It's very what? Go. It's fine.
I was gonna say it's very hard to justify a price when you could be like, all right, well, I may as well just add $800 and get myself a decent gaming PC or something. Like, there's
Yeah.
the problem with marketing something like this now and having a tagline, everything is an Xbox, is all right. Well, everything else is an Xbox. Why don't I get the actual piece, like portable PC in the laptop, and just carry that around with me?
yeah, like I spent about what $2,000 on a gaming laptop, and I just use that with like again like I just download stuff or stream to that if I need to, and it works great. And like it's going to be much more powerful than what I get out of the ROG. And obviously I don't have the nice kind of ergonomics, and it's bulkier to take around as opposed to like a handheld gaming device. But I think to our earlier
But
point,
you just take a controller with you.
exactly, and like, it's just and there isn't enough. I don't have enough of my library that would natively work on the console to go. Yeah, that's definitely what I want to do because it is very much
Yeah.
like a handheld PC running Windows 11.
Imagine it coming out around the time where every game was not pausable,
Yeah.
like at all, and trying to do this like on something like that. So
Yeah.
like the MSI claw's just gone down to about $700. The PS Portable, the Portal is $329, and that's just for streaming. But you are looking at $1,679 for like the latest claw and stuff like that. So yeah, I would expect like the Xbox tax to be on top of that.
Yeah.
And go up to about 800 or 1,800 or something.
Do you think it's going to sell though? Like, do you think it's going to be a hit? What do you like? Just your overall sort of thoughts?
Well, I don't think so. No, I don't think it's gonna need a price drop. Like the day that the MSI went down to that $700 price was the day the Switch 2 came out.
Right.
The same day. So, like, what is it gonna take to get the price down, like, to a reasonable price? There, So
Yeah. At what price are you guys like? Yeah, cool. I'll jump onto that.
Well, I mean, I bought a PSVR 2 and it was 500 something, and that was down from 800 and something, right?
Sure.
So it would be about that, like anywhere between 5 and 800. Like,
yeah, which is good luck, right?
Yeah, I know, right? So I could go out and buy an MSI Claw.
Right, exactly. I think that there are too many alternatives out there. And I think, to Cameron's point,
so
everything being an Xbox, it's like, well, if the majority of what this thing does is streaming, and I can stream on any device, it doesn't really matter what I'm using. I might as well get a Razer Kishi and put it on my phone,
Yep.
I mean,
yeah, we've all upgraded our phones and probably have another one lying around. So
I'm probably valuing this as in terms of like against a Series X. Are you telling me this is like 2 and a bit Xbox Series worth of?
Yeah, right. That's another good way to look at it, right? Like that's a lot.
That's the hard sell.
Yeah, totally. It's not.
I may as well, for the same price, buy 2 Xbox Series X's and an Xbox Series S and make an Oreo.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, because I guess the thing is that the other appeal is that it'll play all your library of Steam stuff, right? But in that case, it's like, if you're big into Steam, you're probably more interested in a Steam Deck or even like like the Lenovo Go or again the handheld PC market thing is kind of, there are a lot of players in there already. ROG being one of them. They already have their device out there. I just don't feel like this Xbox co-branding thing is really going to move the needle in any kind of way, because who out there is interested in buying Xbox hardware these days? Not even us, and we have a fucking Xbox in the name of our podcast.
I'm interested in it, right? But the price point is not there.
Yeah.
Like, that's the unfortunate bit. And, you know, if this was the same price as a, like, realistically, this is a ROG product. This is Xbox branded, but it's not an Xbox product.
Yeah, so it's got to be marketed.
Yeah. Sorry, if it was a case of it was like a direct competitor to the Switch or something like that, I would probably jump on it then. But I would expect that price point to be the same price as
close to $1,000 as opposed to closer to $2,000. Yeah. Yeah. No, totally agree. All right, I guess we'll see. You know, they're gonna have Hollow Knight Silksong coming out at the same time apparently, so we'll see how that goes for them. But yeah, I don't think there's much more to say.
Just trying to think if there's anything else to that. Yeah, just all the usual specs and that. All right, something that I didn't really see covered by anybody else other than Windows Central. SAG-AFTRA video game actors approved new agreement securing better pay, protections against AI, and more.
Good.
Originally, they went back in strike in July of 2024, and they now agreed to a new contract essentially after a year. It's been a whole year.
That is crazy to think about. That like all the work that's happened has been non-union people for voice actors and stuff in games. Probably caused quite a few delays too.
So under the new agreement, performers are getting a 15.17% increase compensation, with further 3% increases set to follow on November 25th. I think it's better to be 2025. November 2026 and November 2027. Crucially, the new agreement also provides increased protection surrounding AI with consent and disclosure requirements for any AI replicas, as well as giving actors the ability to suspend the consent of generating new material from.
That's
all of us at SAG-AFTRA, all of us at SAG-AFTRA would like to extend our deepest appreciation to the video game performers and allies who endured a great deal of sacrifice throughout the 11-month strike. Now that the agreement is ratified, video game performers will be able to enjoy meaningful gains and important AI protections, which will continue to build on as uses of this technology settle and evolve. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that can only be good, right? Unions are a good thing. I think that, definitely. I'm glad that this is finally kind of done again, because a lot of my favorite voice actors are in the guild, so kind of missed their voice for a while, you know. But the AI thing is kind of insane, to the fact that they were kind of just going to throw everyone under the bus and be like, we'll give you $500 once, and then use your likeness whenever we like in perpetuity. But yeah,
fucking crazy how AI has advanced in the last few years.
Yeah, there was another news story I didn't put in here, but there's been some talk at King, Activision Blizzard King, so yeah, King, Candy Crush guys, that apparently they're literally just being replaced by AI, and they're being told about it, basically. Some reports have been coming out of there around, it's kind of insane, some insane things that are kind of happening over there. They basically literally like built the tools, these AI tools, are now being completely replaced by them, which is kind of fucked.
Yeah. There was a Xbox when I was browsing LinkedIn the other day. It was an Xbox hiring post, and it was AI.
Yeah, I saw that.
Asking for artists and all that,
and designers.
And it was just so bad.
I don't know how much more tone deaf you can get.
Yeah. Just rough.
Yeah.
But I wanted to include this because it was a bit of a good news story there.
Yeah, no, that's good.
All right.
What else we got?
Going through the list, Final Fantasy 16 producer doubles down on multi-platform strategy for Xbox. Nikoi Yoshida
Yep.
States that Square
Yoshi
Enix
P.
will continue
Yoshi P
Yoshi
works
P,
fine.
yeah, Yoshi P.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Will continue to release Final Fantasy on multiple platforms and answers questions about whether the
Mhm.
franchise will ever return to turn-based combat.
And that came
so-
up because of the Claire Obscure stuff, I think.
There's been a lot of chat around, turn-based combat kind of having its comeback now that Claire Obscure is paving the way forward and kind of bringing people back to that kind of style of game and making it fun again.
It's interesting that there's 2 games that I'm pretty sure the Aussie one's releasing this year. There's 2 games that I've been looking at. Obviously, Claire Obscure being one of them has turned turn-based on its head.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that I have my eye on in the Aussie space is Enter the Chronosphere, which I think I've shown you guys.
I've seen that. I don't think you've shown us, but I know of it.
Okay. But it turns the whole turn-based combat on its... it's essentially super hot, right?
Super.
In terms of movement and then...
timing and shooting and aiming. It's isometric. Yeah.
But just taking that turn-based combat and spinning it on its head and turning it into its own new thing entirely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool to see stuff like that. And again, that is more of an indie game, but the fact that it's kind of getting breakthrough successes with Claire Obscure and things like that. I don't know. I don't know if Final Fantasy needs to go back to being turn-based. I love turn-based games, obviously. That's kind of my bread and butter when it comes to JRPGs. But I'm playing 16 at the moment, and I'm enjoying it. Again, I'm still very early, but I don't know if it suffers for not being a turn-based game. I don't mind it being something slightly different. And it's not like Square Enix don't have turn-based games in their repertoire, right? Like the Dragon Quest games, there's a rumor they're working on a new one of those, which no surprise there. Dragon Quest 12, I suppose it'll be.
Were they working on a remake as well?
Yeah, because they redid 3 and then they were redoing 1 and 2 in the engine, and apparently they're just going to keep going down and just remaking the old ones. Yeah. And again, those are all turn-based as well. Was it Live Alive? And they have so many. I mean, fucking Octopath Traveler, like the Octopath series, Bravely Default series, again, so many turn-based games.
Yeah, and there's stuff that we haven't even seen, Nobody Saves. No. There's I don't know, whatever it is. They've got other stuff that was on the DS exclusively that has not even seen the light of day since.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to think what game it is at the moment, but I kind of wish what's the best way to put this? I want them to experiment again.
Sure.
Because there's some games from the early 2000s where they just went we're just gonna put the Final Fantasy name on it and we're just gonna experiment. We're gonna try something and see if it fucking works.
You're talking Dirge of Cerberus and things like that.
Yeah, Dirge of Cerberus was the fucking first thing on top of mind.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There was that, and there was a Wii title that is essentially shovelware. But then when I was marketing Griffith, I kept on looking back on it, and it was a Wii title. I'm trying to think of the fucking name.
A Wii title.
Yeah, there was a Wii title which was basically like a tower defense Final Fantasy.
Oh, do you mean like Crystal Defenders?
And I don't think it was. Maybe I don't think it was.
There's also was it Final Fantasy? What was it? What was the one that was on the GameCube that had the miasma and you had to have the Game Boy attachments to?
Yeah, Crystal Chronicles.
Crystal Chronicles. Yeah, that was that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we know how the 10-2 side game turned out.
You don't even get me fucking started. So I haven't finished it. But yes, you're right. You're right. Final Fantasy has become one of those series that's become relatively safe.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, My Life as a Dark Lord. That's the one I'm thinking of.
I do remember that. Yes.
Oh, no. And there's also My Life as a King, remember? They're actually a set, but they're 2 separate games. I have my Wii U with those games still on it.
Oh my god.
I bought them before the Wii went down, so if anyone wants to see a stream, just let me know.
Give us to Stadia. Give us to Stadia.
The only way you'll ever see the game, so...
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I miss them doing the more experimental stuff.
Yeah, I mean, having an action look, I'd be perfectly fine if the next Final Fantasy literally just rips off the kind of action battle system of Clair Obscura and just kind of does something along those lines, where it's like, again, I'm less of a fan when it was something like Paper Mario, where it's like it felt very, very like annoying. It got kind of really dull towards the end of it. Also, similar problem with Sea of Stars, turn-based game, but very actiony kind of elements. But something about Clair Obscura just like flows so well, and the combat is so interesting and varied, and kind of like the way you build your stuff is kind of got over that for me.
Yeah, it's not like they haven't experimented. I mean, like, they've done World of Final Fantasy not that long ago. They redid Final Fantasy 15 in that cutesy form.
Oh yeah, pocket edition.
Oh, the chibi.
Yeah.
Like Stranger of Paradise.
Yeah, Stranger of Paradise is a great shout. Again, that's in my backlog.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
I mean, yeah.
I'm fine with whatever.
You're right.
Take, as long as they keep making them. And they do also point out that like every mainland Final Fantasy is now available on the Xbox, which is great. Like that was the thing we were kind of missing when we didn't get the pixel remasters for a long time, and now we finally got 16, and they're bringing 7 remake and all that sort of stuff.
Imagine if they did a Pokemon did that original Game Boy Color game that was the card game.
Oh, TCG game?
They have their own trading card game, and they've just put stuff in, like, they've released new sets in the they've just released a set for
Magic.
I don't know. Magic.
The Magic. Nearly made me go out and buy Magic cards. That's how fucking cool those are.
Working at a store that has those and having people in those stores that play those things. I don't, and I'm like, it's this close to me grabbing something like a $4 thing of cards just to see what's in there, right? But imagine if they released that as a game, how much that would skyrocket.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the
all those card games are.
Yeah, Final Fantasy got a lot of card games in them. You play Triple Triad or
Yeah.
Fuck, what the other ones? I don't remember the names of them now, but yeah. Anyway, let's move on. This is a quick one I just chucked in here. Nintendo and Universal have confirmed that they're working on a Donkey Kong movie, which is not a huge surprise considering Donkey Kong was in the Mario movie. But yep, they're doing an animated movie with DK in it. Seth Rogen's coming back, I assume. So,
Speaking of which, have you guys seen the reviews for Bonanza?
I hear it's really good, like really good.
So I was watching kind of Funny's review on it. Tim compared it to Super Mario Galaxy.
That's what I've been hearing. Is that like I think
that's the kind of praise you want for something. Like I thought this would be like an typical Nintendo kind of
like
stuff.
A cool
good
game. Yeah.
I really want to get this now.
Yeah, I need to.
I think when I get a Switch in Christmas, I'm probably going to get Donkey Kong.
That's probably what it's going to be for me. They would be stupid not to bundle it. Like that sounds like they just need to start doing that, because that was the biggest complaint when the Switch 2 came out, was that it just didn't have like an interesting killer app to go didn't have like a really interesting launch title outside of Mario Kart, which was fine, but just more of the same.
I mean, everybody's going to buy Mario Kart, so I get
true.
it. But then is everybody's going to buy Donkey Kong? That's the question.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look at those reviews because it does sound fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't looked yet either. So
yeah, a few 10 out of 10s from what I've seen.
Wow. There's a quick one here also. EA has basically confirmed that they're not really doing Need for Speed anymore, which we're not probably super surprised about, but because it's been a little while. But they've basically said that they put it on ice, which is Speed Hunters. I think was their latest one they were going to be working on. It's kind of done, which is a real shame because there isn't really.
So Speed Hunters is a cultural website which they've been running for.
Yeah.
I don't know how long now. So the reason why they kind of found out that the Need for Speed series was shelved was because the website went down, I believe.
Yeah, they were shutting down the basically
the funding. Yeah,
the funding shut down. Yeah, so.
Right. Yeah, so EA shelved Need for Speed, and that means no more funding for the site. Grateful everything, the trips and all that. So that's basically that action led to people realizing that
Need for Speeds.
From the sounds of it, I'm pretty sure Criterion, right?
Yeah, Criterion
Is
and
just working on.
Ghost Games and
Yep.
that kind of amalgamation
Yeah.
of whatever's left of that kind of team. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're just working on Battlefield support, unfortunately.
Which
I'm very worried about because it does kind of like from what I'm hearing, Battlefield 6 does seem like it's going to turn out to be a really good game. But if we have another disastrous launch, I mean, it feels like every Battlefield game, 2042 especially bad, but every Battlefield game kind of just has rocky footing.
I've already seen people say to me, "I'm buying this console because there's a new Battlefield."
Wow. I mean,
Okay.
Battlefield definitely has those diehards, right? And I really hope it does well. But the early signs, I'm concerned that EA can't make a good video game anymore. I don't know.
It's so fucking crazy to me though because like I've obviously been working on Plants vs Zombies with Bulbasaur for probably 2 to 3 months now.
Yeah.
I keep on playing it with it and I'm just like, man, this series we need a new like Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare or
something, yeah.
whatever they want to call it. They need a PVZ FPS game because it's such a good series. Like, EA is just eating itself at the seams.
Yeah, what does EA do these days? If we just think about like their release schedule and what they've got coming up,
it's sports.
And
like
that's
it's
right?
honestly just sports titles.
And it's always been sports. Like sports has been their bread and butter, but they've always had other interesting projects. Like I said, like BioWare, obviously.
I mean, the indie stuff, Wild Hearts, like just
I
EA
do
originals.
think there was. If I'm thinking, it was either EA. They had put money behind another indie project based out of Norway. I'm just trying to remember if it was actually EA or somebody else. All right, so just breaking it apart quickly. Obviously, you got all the sports titles. You got Split Fiction, which I mean,
Hazelight's kind of different. Yeah, they kind of almost.
Hazelight it's a different situation, but like I think
Hazelight all Hazelight's games though.
They publish them, yeah.
Yeah.
Hazelight is that kind of studio though that gets them goodwill.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Hazelight is always a banger game.
Yeah, well, but let me put it this way: the way Joseph Fares describes their relationship was that they don't pitch games to EA; they come to EA and tell them what's going to happen, basically.
Yeah.
So like that's very different from what you would expect from a regular publisher developer relationship.
To the common person though, they're just going to say, "Oh, it's published by EA."
That's fair. Yeah, and EA gets a share of the revenue, so sure.
Yeah. Outside of that, The Sims.
Yeah, which is also not. They haven't done a new Sims in a good long while, and people still fucking hate Sims 4. So, yep.
Yeah. And then outside of that, Apex.
Yeah, which don't really.
Apex does reasonably well.
That's fine.
I think, yeah. I mean, we're not in a live service space as much, so.
True, and like I don't want to be like, oh yeah, Apex, that game that no one plays, because people play it, and like it definitely still has popularity, but you also just don't hear about it very much these days.
But like just going through, like I know college football did really fucking well for him.
Yeah.
I imagine UFC does decently.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it mainly is just mostly sports titles now.
And Battlefield.
And Battlefield. I really want to see like some of their other I love Need for Speed. I want to see them keep on making Need for Speed games. I want them to use PopCap and like maybe do a new Peggle. Like I could just imagine Peggle 3 being an absolute banger of a game.
Yeah.
I loved Peggle 2.
They just need to get that AI to write it though, don't they?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Exactly. It's like, yeah, these days it's like that's AI slop made for microtransactions and mobile, and we'll just never hear about it. And this is where they're actually on Peggle 6. We just haven't seen them.
Yeah, no, we need another like car boom, like Fast and Furious, before Need for Speed could really have another like big hit. I think.
Yeah.
So because they're missing that. So
Remember, we're not getting another
I'm going
Titanfall.
through this.
So
I guess outside of that too, Star Wars.
yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, you've got
Respawn.
you got Respawn. They got one more game in them apparently. So complete the trilogy, and that'll probably be it for them. I don't think they'll be going back to Star Wars for a little while.
I'm wondering what Respawn will do after Star Wars.
Apex 2. I mean, that's like or depending on how Battlefield goes, they might be running that again, like the way that DICE has been going recently and how their model has changed. I don't know, but I don't have a lot of hope for EA these days. I don't get excited when I see the logo, and I'm kind of not really interested in a lot of stuff that they're doing, unfortunately, which is a real shame because they were kind of cornerstone of my gaming back in the day.
It sucks because like it's iconic as a child of the 90s and 2000s of just being like EA Sports.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's the one thing that my brothers would just always repeat to me on. But yeah, like it's so sad though, just going through the catalog and just like Plants vs Zombies, Peggle, like Mirror's Edge, not doing anything these days. Man, I did really enjoy Grid Legends, I gotta say.
Oh yeah, Grid, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
there's
one of the
still
harder
something
games
in
that I
that.
did this year.
I mean, they definitely make a lot more ground with WRC now that they have that than, with the Dirt stuff. There's like official naming behind it and stuff. So, yeah, they can keep that going. So,
All right. I don't think there's anything else.
Yeah, and then our last story is the big controversy going on around Subnautica 2. Where do we start? I don't know.
All right, so this article that you put in here is like 4 days
it's out
ago,
of date. Yes,
and
it is definitely out of date. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. All right, you tell the story, and I'll find the updated version.
So, Unknown Worlds, who are the creators of Subnautica, got bought by Krafton for, I think it was $500 million, which is a ridiculous amount of money. And the majority of that money went to their co-founders, the 3 co-founders, who then did some share of it out to the employees. And they quickly got to work on Subnautica 2. And apparently, there is a $250 million clause based around the sales of Subnautica 2 within the year 2025. So if the game releases this year and it hits certain milestones, those founders get paid out 90% of that $250 million, and the other 10% goes out to the employees. Now, I will say that the founders did say that they were also planning on sharing that amount that they got out with the employees on top of the deal. But again, we just have their word on that. However, Krafton, who are again the publisher, because obviously they own the studio, have basically come out and said that they don't think the game's ready for launch in early access. They were going to release in early access this year, and the co-founders basically said that, yep, we think that the game's ready to go, and Krafton have said no, we don't think the game's ready. We're going to delay it. And since Krafton are the ones who are the publishers, they get to decide when the game comes out. This has turned into an absolute shit fight because the CEO and co-founders have basically said that the reason it's being delayed is because Krafton don't want to pay out that $250 million if the game does well. Which, given the way corporates are, I would not put it past them. But we only have their word on that's the thing, and there's no real proof of that. And so Krafton have hit back, basically saying that that the co-founders and CEO betrayed the project, and the idea was that they weren't actually involved at all, really, with the project of Subnautica 2, and have kind of been off doing their own thing. One of them was doing a movie, some other thing was doing some other games and stuff. Like, it was just like completely not an integral part of the game at all, really not earning their money. And that the reason they fired them and delayed the game is because the game is just not in any state for it to be released. That's as far as I got to it. I know there was a recent update around Krafton reaching some sort of agreement, but that's the long and short of it at the moment. It is an absolute shit fight of he said, they said, and no one can really seem to agree on what's actually happening. But there's been some leaks.
to lead on to that, this is the report from Insider Gaming. So Crafton claimed the decision had nothing to do with money and argued that the former Unknown World's leadership abandoned their responsibility. In response, the fired founders sued Crafton. The story took another twist when an internal dev document leaked online detailing this dispute. As the story continues to unfold, there is a new development in favor of Unknown Worlds. Bloomberg's Jason Schreier reported that 10% of the additional $250 million payout was reserved for 40 employees. And Crafton said earlier this month that it planned to push back the game's release. Employees feared that it wouldn't be possible to hit those targets and that their potential earnings would disappear. However, Schreier confirmed that Grafton agreed to extend the schedule for a potential bonus payout to account for the Subnautica 2 delay until next year. Crafton also said it would advance a portion of the studio's projected 2026 profit-sharing bonus pool to all Unknown Worlds employees this year. It's remained to be seen what the result of the breach of contract complaint will be, but we expect more twists and turns along the way, yada yada. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely taking the wait-and-see approach on this one, but yikes. I mean, Subnautica 2 is a very hotly anticipated game. You know, some people consider the original...
Is second most wishlisted on Steam?
Yeah, it's up there. It's in the, I think it's in the top 5 of the versions.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy amount of hype for this game. People love the original. A lot of people claim it's their best game ever made.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Yeah, it got me into survival games. So 100%.
Yeah. So obviously there's a huge amount of hype around this, but $250 million goes a long way, right? Like that's, yeah. I don't know what side I fall on this because it does sound like the CEO and the co-founders did really kind of fucked off to do their own thing. And I think the movie that was being created looks like absolute fucking ass and all this kind of stuff. Again, like the fruits of that endeavor have not seemed to be very good. But that's kind of beside the point. I don't know.
So second most wishlisted game on Steam. Do you want to guess what's the number one?
Hollow Knight Silksong.
Yeah. You are correct.
Yep. Yeah, no fucking surprise there. And that game's coming out this year apparently. So, I guess I don't know. You guys excited for Subnautica 2? Does this kind of change your attitudes towards it? Are you guys? Does it matter? Does it matter that all this bullshit's going on behind the scenes and you only really care about the game? I don't know. Like, as you know, people who are in the games industry, talking head business, we're always kind of trying to figure out what the fuck's going on behind these closed doors. But I don't know. Do you guys care?
If it was coming out this year, it'd be a day one purchase.
Right.
I'd care.
That's important. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people, and even if it's early access, not complete, like you're ready to jump in and you're like, I want to see what they got.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I want to see how deep this thing goes.
I just want the devs to be supported and all that, make sure they're paid fairly and everything. Get to celebrate their success. I'm not sure about the former studio heads and all that working on other projects and that, but
yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
They got fired, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I will hold judgment until more details come to light.
I can't wait for the full thing that when we get a bit further along and more details come out, and we kind of get a big Jason Schreier scoop of like, here's the book of what happened and how all this shit went down.
Yep.
Game Pass updates.
You want me to read?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Oh, they're gone. Okay, never mind.
All right, so Game Pass updates. Stuff that is available now is High on Life, re-entering. Good, I can finally clean up that DLC. RoboCop Rogue City, which I believe is just a bit of marketing until the second one comes out.
They got the DLC just coming out like this month, I think, right? The standalone.
Is it DLC or is it another game?
It's a standalone DLC, so I think it's just like its own thing.
Okay.
It looks fucking great. Yeah. And also, definitely play Rogue City. It's a fantastic game if you have any kind of interest in RoboCop.
Yeah, I reckon things like this are going to be like a 3-month contract, very much like what we got with the Savage Planet.
Yeah, Journey to Savage Planet. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we had My Friendly Neighborhood, which is like a Saturday morning puppet show kind of game.
Yeah, it's a horror puppet game. It looks fucking crazy. I'm really
So Fender puppets Solve puzzles in a survival horror adventure.
Yeah, it looks insane. Definitely check out the trailer for this one. It looks like absolutely unhinged, like just Kermit trying to come and kill you.
Yeah, I need to check out a few of these games. I haven't really done that much research into them. Back to the Dawn, which is a gripping prison escape RPG woven crime, corruption, and hidden agendas. Step into a maximum security facility where every inmate has a past and a plan. Fight to survive, investigate, and ultimately break free before time runs out.
Sounds interesting.
Does that sound like what's that, like that one that was just like a couple of minutes or something like that, where it's just like you're
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
12 minutes. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This sounds really interesting. I'll definitely give that a look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Abiotic Factor. Abiotic Factor, survival crafting experience for 1 to 6 players set in the depths of an underground research facility, caught between paranormal containment failure, military crusade, and chaos from a dozen realms. The world's greatest minds must survive against the universe's biggest threats.
It's like an SCP sort of style, like world thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's July 22nd. Wheel World, which is a young cyclist with one mission. Save Wheel World from total collapse. Explore a stunning open world filled with impressive vistas, hidden secrets, and races that will test your skills. Customize your bike.
Yeah,
with
looks
an
really
array of
beautiful.
parts
It's been featured a lot. Like it's been like a bit of an indie darling. Looks great.
Yeah, definitely interested in Wheel World. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, which is Souls-like action RPG set in the Ming Dynasty.
We'll see. Looks alright. Looks like another one of those.
Pardon me. We'll see how the achievements end up. And then Grounded 2 coming to game preview on July 29th.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Be interested to see whether the achievement save stuff kind of comes up in the community again, or if they decide not to do that this time.
Well,
Yeah, well, we didn't see achievements for a while with Grounded, did we? We didn't. They didn't come out straight away, did
no,
they?
not straight away. Not because they built in the sharing component later on.
Yeah.
Which is the only reason I fucking played that game, and probably the only reason I played 2. And I'm not. I don't know. We'll see.
Outside of that, there is Farming Simulator 25 coming out on August 1st. In terms of games leaving, we have Gigantic, Kitsunagami, Path of the Goddess, and Turnip Boy robs a bank. I gotta do Turnip Boy.
Turnip Boy's nice and short. You get that done in a night.
It is good.
It's like 5 or 6 hours of that. Kitsugami's a lot longer, but also not overly difficult. Really, really beautiful game. If you have any kind of interest in kind of tower defense style games, but with some twists, I definitely recommend it. Maybe try it on another tag first, just to make sure it's your kind of game. But I had a great time with it. It is a little bit of a slog having to do a New Game Plus playthrough because you get to keep all your units. They just throw stronger ones at you, and it just kind of becomes like, oh, okay, well, I'm not. This is kind of literally just more of the same. But yeah, great game. Bit of an underappreciated gem. We've also got the Patreon, patreon.com/HallOfGamers. So a huge thank you to Old Mate Clown, Cavaliers07, Hack and Pone, Kung Fu Skills, Happy Moogles, Emerald Awesome, Natolinator, Lee Howard, Left for Legacy, and Venoms AU for helping support the show. If you don't know what the Patreon is, it's basically a way you can help support the show by donating monthly from $2 all the way up to $200, whatever you want to give us. We give you a bit of extra content for that, but it does all go back into the show, so we can afford to do things like our word challenge and literally just like pay for hosting for the podcast and stuff. Buzzsprout is like $40 a month or some bullshit, but so yeah, it is just lets us keep this podcast going without having to pay for it all out of our own pockets. So we really appreciate all the support. And so if you do want to help us, feel free to jump on that. That's patreon.com/HallOfGamers. Any amount helps. And yeah, that content isn't gated to the amount that you give. So if you give $2, you give $10, you'll get access to everything. We just want to give you guys a little bit extra for helping support us. So thank you so much. And then we have the monthly theme, which is every 2 months, the Biomaster Burden. So for July and August, we have co-coping, which is you and your buddies up against the world. Start playing your co-op games, your PvE stuff, your fire breaks, your divisions, things like that. Start posting them. Let us know what you've been up to and who you've been playing with, and maybe get some games together. All right, let's get into what I've been playing. I'll go first because I got basically nothing from last week. I've still been very busy. I'm about to leave on holiday, and we're doing this a day early. So I finished up Blacktail. I think it's a really cool game. Definitely worth experiencing. It's not like 30 hours. It's like a 15-hour game. So it's not like I think the estimates are way off. It maybe feels a little bit underbaked in some areas. Like it has a morality system and it has a skill tree and it has some puzzles and it has some combat, but none of them feel kind of quite there. But it's an interesting concept. I've never really seen a game based around the kind of like Baba Yaga sort of folklore myth. I don't really fully understand what was happening, like, to be honest. And like, again, like I am a big story gamer, but it just kind of didn't quite click with me. But it's definitely interesting and definitely well made. Love the art style. Very, very like vibrant and beautiful. And yeah, it doesn't overstay its welcome. So I definitely recommend it. It was recommended on a TA article a while back, and that's why I picked it up when it was on sale. So I need to see, it might be as part of the, it wouldn't surprise me if it's part of the Ultimate sale going on at the moment. So maybe go check it out. But that's pretty much it for me outside of like the Division and just making more progress on the Division. I think we're nearly done with the free content or the title update stuff, and we're going to start to shell out for some expansions. And then just kind of working my way through Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I've just got to like episode 7 of 9, I think. So I'm at the kind of big cleanup area where I'm just kind of going to all the islands out and doing all the side missions and stories and meeting all these weird, funny characters and just kind of, it's fine. Like, again, there's nothing amazing about the Assassin's Creed series, and there hasn't been for a long time. But it's still fun to play. But that's literally it. That's all I've had time for this week. What about you guys? Kia, let's go with you.
I'm going to go through my stuff. Most of my stuff has been co-op related, which has been really good. First up, I'm going to thank Kiku once again for introducing me and Cameron to Super Dungeon Bros.
Yes, Cameron, do you have a question?
I was just going to make a statement. By menstrual burden for this month, co-coping?
Yeah.
Are you saying you're not co-coping with others?
Well,
are you just focusing on playing solo games, Matthew?
I mean, look, I played the Division with you guys. What are you fucking talking about? And I've been pitching like, hey, we should get onto Wild Hearts and stuff. And you guys are like, I want to play some other trash or whatever.
No.
We're playing
Stupid's like, I want to play this like clear obscure game that's like super good or whatever, and just not talk to us.
I don't blame Stewie. Stewie's a saint.
I watched a YouTube video which was like, because I've been playing Monster Hunter. It's like Monster Hunter like games.
Oh yeah.
And Wild Hearts is on there because it's basically copy paste.
Yeah, just about
Monster Hunter World. So I'm down for that, 100%. Except with like Fortnite like building mechanics.
Yeah, you build like blocks and stuff. It'd be kind of interesting. Yeah. I don't know.
It's funny because we're trying to help him at the same time. He might actually get his TV back if he played co-op games.
Maybe. It's unlikely. It's highly unlikely. Yeah, my wife does not give in to peer pressure, so.
But yeah, Super Dungeon Bros is just like every single day you have to log in, and there's 3 challenges that rotate. And sometimes you've done the challenges, and sometimes you haven't done the challenges. And it's just like, log in. If you don't miss it. There was one comment saying, I've been waiting for this one challenge to pop up for 6 weeks. So I'm like, I'm not fucking missing a day.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to load this up any more than I have to. But yeah, I had been doing some Monster Hunter as well. That one I haven't had anyone to do it with, and there's a monster that I'm doing at the moment called Namil, which is like an octopus winged dragon. So it's kind of got, it's all like sealed. It's got the dragon body, but it's got like a octopus like connected webbed kind of.
Oh, okay. That sounds cool as fuck.
Wings instead of and it's all like water based and electric based, where it'll shoot the water out and suck the water back up, and then it'll electrify the water on the ground. So you have to pick up like some moss or whatever and throw it in the water, and it soaks it up, and so it basically gets rid of the water so that it can't like hover the ground in water, because it does. And no one wants to fucking fight it, like, at all. I go in, I load up any other monster, and it's fine. I'll just have people joining me. It's an open lobby. I'll just shoot that flare, and people join just randomly, and nobody's joined me for this, and I'm stuck. I'm stonewalled on this one because nobody wants to fight it. But yeah, so I'll keep at that one. But I've been doing some Dead Island 2 windows with Alex still. We're just mopping up some of the endgame stuff before we just 40 missions and fetch quests and finding people and all that kind of stuff. So that's been okay, except every single time we've loaded up, I've had some kind of stupid problem with it. I think I mentioned last time on the podcast, it was just like infinitely cycling at the start of the game, and then was just always a problem, like trying to work out where the problem is. So now I'm optimizing my computer for no damn reason except for trying to make sure that games work. So
it's like that and Crisis are the two games you optimize your game towards, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah. I've been doing Need for Speed Rivals. I got back into that today because the server's shutting down in October. So and that has a 360 version and a 1 version. I'll go and do both of them. But this game is just it is your open world tick boxes kind of thing and level up, and it is actually probably the most boring of the Need for Speeds.
Wow.
Because it was just you're in the open world, you're either a cop or a racer, and like I had a really good interaction with somebody before where they would just doing donuts on the one spot through a right where there was like a fix-it station, like a service station where you just get repaired over and over again. And there was just heaps of cops in there. And I managed to get the achievement, which was defeat a level 8 racer in the open world because they have level 1 through 10 heat. And you have to get somebody that's really high. You can do that with the AI on a specific mission. It's like the last cop level or something.
Right.
But this is just an early way to do it. And yeah, so that was all right as well.
Would you recommend it? I mean, it is one of those ones that I looked at and was like, oh, I don't really do racing games all that often, and it is shutting down, so maybe I should do it. But I don't know. I'm kind of like I'm ahhing about it.
It would be pretty straightforward. You're just going to be grinding out levels at the end, because you got to do the cop career and the racer career to level 60 leveling up. Yeah. Right. So you will be picking away at a bit of it, but it's not going to take that long. But it's just whether or not you're happy to spend like a good few days, worth of time.
Okay.
But yeah, as a racer, if you had a couple of hours at a time here or there just to play, it's just load in, do a couple of checklist things, and you're done with it. You could get away with it, maybe, but I wouldn't do both versions like I'm gonna.
Yeah,
do,
right.
so,
no, I think I'd only do the most recent version.
Yeah. And the last two things I've been doing with Stubby, actually. So we've been playing Elden Ring Night Rain still. We managed to finish a boss finally, which was really, really good. It was a really solid run. So we've started opening up our options, and he opened the door by sending me a video of YouTube stuff. It was like, okay, let's get our shit together. And then I've basically been spamming him with more videos back going, this is for this tactic. This is you guys have seen it in the chats. Like there's like, what are these are the perks and the passives and the weapons and the so it's been
your number really one good. Build counting down.
Now and we're and so it's so it's the same map over and over again, right? So it's like you optimize it or you don't.
Yeah. Fair.
So but yeah, and Split Fiction. We started that as well, so which we had to kick you off Final Fantasy 16 the other night. To start.
Which is fine. Like
it's
all good.
But that is fantastic. Absolutely love it. So we've done like the whole first half of the game, I think, as far as I'm aware. So it's just been a blast. It is definitely up there on like the game of the year kind of like material, really, in terms of like quality of content and being able to co-op with somebody. The experience has been really good. So so hopefully over that we'll get through a bit.
It's not super long, so I think you'll probably get it done in the next week or two, right?
Oh yeah, totally. It'd just be one more session, right?
Yeah. Nice.
So Subi says same map for different bosses. So it rotates the Elden Ring rotates the obviously where the circle goes in, and so it goes in at different points. But then you'll have a castle keep that has 6 different bosses, and it might be one of 6 different bosses or something.
Right.
So each different area, it'll be the same areas but with different bosses, and you kind of get used to where things are. But then there are modifiers that you can set as a search chain, to go like underground and into like events and stuff like that. But if the problem with the matchmaking with Elden Ring is if you set that as in I want this world event to be active, then it limits your pool of people to play with because it looks at other people that have that active.
Yeah.
So you really want to go in with a team. So, but yeah, Subi also says I haven't done It Takes Two or A Way Out. This is the first game. Like,
oh shit! Yeah, you definitely need to go back to those ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I already love the Hazelight stuff, right? And I haven't played 2 of their most co-op games. Yeah. Definitely I've already teed up to do It Takes Two with Todd. So
nice.
I'll be going back to that one as well. So yeah, that's everything. That's me. I'm all good. All good.
Cameron, what about you?
I'm gonna quickly breeze through the ones that we already touched on. So Division 2, yeah, we're doing co-op for that. Super Dungeon Bros, I'm down to 2 achievements, just cycling through each day. The only other thing I got to do is kill the bonies, but I'm just waiting till we get a challenge that makes it worth it.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I would say the one that I've been hooked on this month the most would be Revenge of the Savage Planet, which I enjoyed so much that I immediately went from doing the co-op with Keo to doing the Windows stack with Ireland.
Yeah.
This is probably like one of my favorite games of the year.
I love it too. Yeah.
It takes everything good about the first game and it's just like perfects it. Like it's just,
once again, like I hadn't played the first game either, so like it's a good experience. So
just one of those like roughly open world kind of environments where you're just upgrading stuff over time, and then man, as soon as you get to the end of the game and you unlock like the grapple anywhere ability, it just becomes so fun.
And how did you find the second time through? Like, was it streamlined? Did you do?
Yeah. Apparently, when we did our co-op run, it was 13 hours. When I did it with Corey, it was 16.
Oh.
So I don't think my time tracked right because I think when I did it with you, your time was 16 as well, right? I think 16 hours is probably like the optimal time to get this done. But going through the second time, it was like, all right, I need to make sure I do these challenges as I'm going along this time. Otherwise, we're just going to clean it up all at the end like me and you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't make that much of a difference, but there was stuff the second time through that was a lot easier to get a feel for doing certain challenges. Other than that, just enjoyable experience. Like I highly recommend whilst it's in Game Pass, everybody check it out.
I'm gonna give it a go. I might put it on my laptop while I'm away just to play when I have some downtime.
Yeah,
comedy's on point. Boss fights are fun. The comedy in the boss fights is just perfect. Like just 100% what you want from that kind of game. I'm just gonna have to wait for a Journey to the Savage Planet on PC to go on sale again, so I can just try and get the series completion.
Is it not in the Ultimate sale that just started today?
Was it? I didn't check.
I know the Xbox version is like 50% off.
Oh, okay.
So the PC version, and in saying that, your DLCs for Division are in there too. So,
damn. Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to have a look.
Money.
Things are finally getting to the prices I want to pay for them, so I'm gonna have to start putting my money where my mouth is, I guess.
Yeah, so there was that. I jumped to the Altars, which I really like. I played probably an hour or two. I really enjoyed my time with it, but I'm like, I need to finish my other game so I can just sit this in one experience because otherwise, yeah. I did I did a large majority of the finals and a boosting session with Shattered Sly and Co. and Rapture, Baby Gamer. Yeah, I was giving Sly. I was giving Sly just. I'm like, oh, he didn't tell me he was gonna be here. I can't be associating with baby gamers, you know. Nah, it was good. But we got a large majority of the finals done. A lot of the stuff that I have left over is essentially just due to really grindy 300 to 500 hours, play 10 play this many rounds with this particular build. Revive, like stuff that's natural progression. So after I've done Splitgate 2, this is probably going to be my on-the-go game. Speaking of which, I'm down to 3 achievements in Splitgate 2. It is getting progressively harder as the casual player base drops off.
Yeah.
Right.
The game has just like 11,999 dropped below a 12-point ratio. But the 3 achievements I need is just getting hot zones, and then I'm just going to be doing takedown to do triple kills and guardian medals, which is essentially killing an enemy that has massively weakened your ally.
Right.
So I usually pick up like 2 or 3 of them a match. I have to get 250 triple kills, 500 guardians, and 250 hot zones. So I will probably get in the next week or so, but it's just getting it done. Yeah, that's pretty much just working on those games all at once. I'm gravitating towards higher ratios at the moment.
Yeah, and then we need to do Anthem as well.
Yeah, and I've installed Anthem, and that's going to be probably my next one. Yeah, that's a co-op game, so hey. Yeah. All right. We've also got the Word Challenge, everyone's favorite competition where I come up with a game, you go on our Discord into the Word Challenge channel, and you go and try and guess what it is. Each week I give away a clue. The first clue was this is a fantasy genre game. Second clue is this one's a prequel. And the third clue is this one has RPG leveling mechanics. So like skill trees and level ups and things like that. You know, you get an idea. I might just change it to skill tree. Skill tree is probably just clearer, actually. I'm just thinking about it. I am going to be away next week, but I will try and, if these guys remind me, put a clue in to make sure that we can keep the ball rolling, because I do want to see some more guesses in the channel. You get 1 guess per hour, so get in there, make a list. I want to hear your craziest. Like again, I pick some weird stuff, so get some out there guesses in there. All right, leaderboards. Keo, do you want to read through that?
Yeah, so we have Basham at 16,235. We have Thrash Forever still up there at 27,745, but beaten by Martel at 40,600.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
Martel, mate, I don't even know how you have games left. You're a real gamer. That's crazy.
Yeah. Start a new tag or something and do random shit on the internet.
Yeah.
Just do horse games.
All right, and then completions. Cameron, do you want to run through those?
Yep. Sorry, I was looking at Journey to the Savage Planet, and it is not it's not on sale.
Oh, not for PC, huh?
No, sorry. Journey to the Savage Planet on Xbox. The base game is on a 75% off sale, but not the
Employee of the Month
not
edition.
the complete. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Completion shoutouts. Rapture has done Flock and Mecha Break. Nanolator has done Anthem, College Football 26, and NBA 2K Playgrounds 2. Shane Firehawk has done Wall City Trials DLC, so you heard it here first. Matt is going to have to do it at some point.
That poor bastard. To be fair, if you listen to last week's show, like go and watch his stream of him playing this game. I have never seen an angrier person in my entire life. Justifiably.
I want to do that now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen him angry before.
He was losing his shit. I 100% agree with him.
All right. I'm going to have to clip his show.
Yeah, Just Jake did Liza P. Overture.
Nice. Good work, everyone. And that's pretty much going to bring us to the end of the show, I think. As always, we do the show live on Twitch, Xbox Hall of Gamers, place to find us, so come say hi. Thanks for people joining us in the chat, Red Ninja Dan, Doobie, a few others, my wonderful wife. Keo, what do you got going on? You want to shill some stuff?
Not a whole lot to shill at the moment. Just come play some co-op games. Like, hit me up for something if you want, and I'll see if I have it, if I've finished it, or if I'm stupid enough to start it. Yeah, but Keo live at home pretty much everywhere, and you'll find me at How to Fix Gaming on YouTube.
Cameron, what about you?
You can find me playing Splitgate 2 for the next week until I get these last 3 achievements.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. And you can find me everywhere at Neomaster, True Achievements, Xbox, and Discord. As always, I am going to be away next week, so we'll see what happens in terms of the show, but we'll keep you up to date. Discord is the best place to keep up to date with all the news and memes and, food posts. I'll probably be posting a lot of food because I'm going to be on a cruise, so I'll be very interested to see what the eating situation is like. But that's going to wrap up episode 177. We will catch you guys next week. See you later.
Peace out.
Bye, everyone.